Let's get ready to rumble! How's it going, gang? Welcome to the Gaming Galleon. I'm Captain Raz. Just another pirate out there on the internet. They're all over the place. Except I'm not the kind that's going to try and steal your identity. I'm going to try and steal your heart. This week in the Galleon, we are out in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I'm really pushing past that margarita that I had 3 hours ago. Probably a big mistake. But, you know, you put a plate of shrimp in front of me, and what am I going to ask for? A margarita. It has been a great day here in Las Vegas. The boys are out, you know, getting some sun. Probably losing all their booty on the tables. We're just outside the MGM Grand. In celebration of what happens around 12 o'clock this evening. Well, there's a big game coming out. At least there's a big game coming out for some buddies of mine that I've met through my travels here on the Gaming Galleon. It's UFC night. UFC 3 is due out at midnight. Now, the beta's been out. It's all over Twitch. All the who's and what's have been playing it throughout the week. But the actual full release is due later this evening. So I thought, what better time to celebrate the art of, I don't know, what is it, grappling, than tonight. Now, don't worry. We're not doing actual MMA here. We're not doing actual UFC here. Mainly because I'm saving that. There's a good friend of mine out there, Angry Hoosier, and one day we're going to head out to a big match, a real match, and celebrate that together. But we are going to do a little arena wrestling. And that's basically what I know as a child of the 80s. Someone who really didn't get into, hasn't really gotten into this whole MMA thing. That's the most I know. So we're not going to be doing UFC, but we're going to be doing something that I think everyone out there, whether or not you've ever been into wrestling or boxing or UFC, can appreciate. Today, my friends, right outside the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada, we're going to be playing Galactic Wrestling Ultimate Muscle Generation. Oh my God! Don't even get me. It's Galactic Wrestling featuring Ultimate Muscle, the Kinnikuana Man Legacy. I believe that's who that is. I think that's Kinnikuana Man. Do you know anything about this game? No, not a lot of people do. But if you grew up in the 80s, there's maybe like a little bird waking up in the back of your head like, wait a minute, that blue guy, he sure does look familiar. And if we look in the back at these fools, you'll see that guy with the shirt off. He looks even more familiar. Well, this is Muscle. This is a toy brand that if you were in the 80s, you were really hot for. I don't have any muscles. They've long since left this pirate ship. I don't even remember when I had them. But in school, you had these little figures about yay big. And they were all made of like pink plastic. They weren't even painted. And they were rubbery. Basically, I guess so you could wrestle with them. And I remember, everybody had about a handful of them. Because they were expensive. These little plastic things. I think they weren't worth anything, but they were expensive. And I remember the holy grail for this toy line was there was an arena. What's that called? The squared circle? Is that right? Welcome to the most uninformed wrestling show ever. Like the turnbuckles and, where the wrestlers wrestle. You could get one of those for your muscles, and I remember them making it look so exciting in the cartoon. They're like wrapping the muscles up in like the little rubber band railings, and they're launching them to the other side into the other guys, and it's all in like slow motion, stop motion animation. They've got the the camera like totally zoomed in on this one little like, 3 centimeter by 3 centimeter shot of these two two little pieces of plastic running into each other. But I think Muscle for most of us lasted, like 3 years, and then it was like on to other things, Nintendo, Transformers, G.I. Joe, what have you. And then like I don't know where this game came from. It's really a lark. It's really funny how sometimes video game licenses just come out of nowhere. Rockstar does this a lot with like the Warriors and the Italian Job. Here's a property that no one really cared about, at least adults. And I think this was based off of a cartoon that was on Fox. And I believe this was in fact, look at the Fox box. You see that there? Right there? Now appearing on the Fox box, which I guess was their Disney afternoon of sorts. Catch it on the Fox box. So this was based off a cartoon. That's why it actually got a release. But it's made by Bandai. Bandai makes some pretty good one-on-one stuff. They've made some good 2D stuff. A lot of good Gundam fighters. They make all the Dragon Ball Z games. And this one is no slouch whatsoever. So I think you're gonna appreciate, even if you don't like wrestling, I think you're gonna appreciate the over-the-topness of this. And if you do appreciate wrestling, you're gonna be like, wow, why have I not heard of this game? Okay, how we doing on time? I think we're ready to get into it. Of course, we have the booty segment over here, the chest. We better get started because this is a lot. This is a lot of a lot. Big stuff going on here. And, of course, we do have a question. Well, we don't have it up here. I forgot to fill the mailbag, but we've got one sitting in the wings. This is your opportunity. Write something in the chat. Send it to the Gaming Galleon email, gaminggalleon@gmail.com. It's very possible whatever you write is going to be on next week's show. That's how far behind. That's how low we are. That's how low in the barrel I'm scraping to get questions right now. It's very funny. People watch the show, but it's not like they're Barbara Walters. All right. Okay, so let's get started. This is again Galactic, and it's weird about this game. I'm not sure if this is valuable or not. Sometimes it seems to be in like the $30 range. Sometimes it's like nothing. I don't know where it is these days. But whatever the price, you're probably going to have a lot of fun with this, especially if you have some friends. So without further ado, let's get started with Galactic Wrestling featuring Ultimate Muscle. All right. Oh, let me get the old harp here. You guys are going to love this. It's Galactic Wrestling on the PS2. All right, let me get you some high-octane music here. Boom. And a little gameplay. Now we're starting right here in the roster so you guys can get a good idea of the wackos that are involved in this. Fine. Alright. Oh, that's loud. Let me just... Alright. I wanted to start at the roster here just so you guys get an idea of the kind of wackos that are on this. Here's Sunshine. He's a big block of golden, I don't know, Aztec sculpture here. You got a Ninja Ned. You got Special Man. We're not judging here. Dick Van Dyke. Now I'm going to pick a couple of guys that I actually like. Not that I know this game. I don't. You can tell all the people who were missing. But we're going to take Sunshine just because he looks hilarious. I actually remember having Sunshine. The little character. And then I'm going to pick... Whoa, Wally Tuskett! Oh, man. I'm going to regret not seeing some of these guys. Who's this guy? Ramen Man! He sounds delicious. Where was that guy I liked? Here he is. Checkmate. Because I like chess. Alright, let's do that. Now the other two we'll just throw in as randoms. So how about alright, here we go. Randomizing. Oh. No, not okay, not Sunshine. Don't give me Sunshine. Alright. No twins here. Okay, so a sumo wrestler and cybernetic M Bison. Let's get started. Oh, let's actually check our. We gotta get a good arena here. I mean, we're in Vegas, so let's keep it big. Coliseo.
Here we are at Coliseo, simply seconds away from what has the makings to be a historic match, and my gut's telling me this is going to be a good one.
Right, Mac.
Oh man, I mispicked the teams. Oh well. So sue me. Oh, he's not starting out hot. Come here, you. Oh boy, that was my friend. Big traitorized. Is that a term? Come here, you. Oh no. Oh. Oh, come on. Yeah, I got him. Come here, you. Oh. I'm trying to execute the extreme technique. Oh. Come here, you. Oh. Come here. Yeah. They're entangled. Boom! Have a seat. Yeah. Hey, where are you going? They're entangled.
Will he be able to execute that extreme technique?
I think this guy went to the Mean Gene Okerlund School of Wrestling Commentating. Oh yeah, give me a nice big hug.
Oh my, he just called on the power of
now what? Now my problem here is there's like seriously super moves. I know you're like, well, this is looking a little. Can I get up here? Oh, I was trying. Yeah! So maybe if I press oh! Checkmate, dude. Oh, he tried! No! Uh-oh, he got me. I don't know how to do these.
Just face change! Grand Slam!
Oh! Is that regulation? Oh! Anything's allowed in MMA, right? Ow. Ow. Get away from me. Who's that little guy outside the ring? Ah! Get off of me! Man, he really evened it up. Hold on. Come here, you. I'm gonna... What happens next is I run. Try and get my buddy in. Brocken Jr. Oh, I need a little speed to finish him off. Oh, what's up with that block?
He's evading contact. He's just not letting him go.
Yeah! Boom!
Will he be able to execute that?
I wish I could. I have no idea how to. I think I just wasted it. Oh, I don't think I built it up with enough for Brocken yet. Don't tag in, you fool. Oh! I'm gonna pin him. There we go. Here comes the pin. Oh no, he tagged! Come here, you. Punch, punch, grapple. Oh, he learned that from the Great Panther in pro wrestling. Oh! here, you.
He's just not letting him go.
Oh, he falls for that punch grapple every time, doesn't he?
What will happen next? He got him.
Boom! I think I've almost got
Peak capacity.
my super duper move. Let's see if I can pull it off. Oh, he pulled his off.
They're entangled.
Good luck getting out of this one.
Oh, I pulled mine off. No, he pulled his off. Oh, come on, man. Oh, dude, E Honda wants a special move back. Oh, not into the lightning. Ooh. Ow. I wish I knew how to do that. Because I've got the power. Grapple.
Looks
No.
like they're tangled up together. What will happen next?
I'm not sure what he's going
Oh, I think I did it. Yes! Yeah, come at me. Oh, skull and crossbones on my forehead. Maybe this is meant to be. Pin.
Going to happen.
1, 2.
Ha 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 ha! Huzzah! That's right. Don't mess with the bulls. Is that right?
And that signals the end of the match. Wow, talk about intense. That was exhausting just to watch. Don't you think, Doc?
He's down, ladies and gentlemen.
like I was in the ring throwing down. Which means I guess I can skip my trip to the gym this evening. Though I probably would have anyhow.
We'll keep it there for now. All right. That was fun. Oh, ow. Oh, I think I stuck myself in the harp of tetanus. All right, hold on a second. Almost ready here. All right. Okay, so yeah, Ultimate Muscle. You know, you're right. Yeah, again, I see people saying, "Is this Muscle Man?" Yeah, it is. Can you believe they had a game for the PlayStation 2? I'm telling you, if you don't know what these guys are, they literally just were there and gone in like 2 years. In like every kid's bedroom. And then we didn't hear about them for another... Until I guess they made a cartoon. And I know that this property is gigantic in Japan. So that's a big reason why this got made. So, all right, we'll get back to it. We'll have another match there. We'll go random. I think I figured out how to do that special, so we should be able to get another one of those off. And there's even team specials too. I think if both guys have, like, you know, if they're both ready to go, if they're all both, you know, jacked up, powered up. But yeah, serious business. Okay, the chest. Whew. This is a good one. This is a good one. This is a great deal. First of all, I walked into this pawn shop, and you know, that's the funniest thing about pawn shops. They could be completely dry for months, and then all of a sudden they could be just like fountains, just spewing out games at you for like excellent prices. I think a big part of it is the employees, and also the manager. Oh, you got some of you get these managers who I've never even seen, and every one of their employees, if you try and get $1 off on a game, they have to go in the back room to consult the guy. It's like trying to find, you know, the wizard. Don't pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. You know, they go back behind the curtain, they come back, and they inevitably say, "No, it's got to be this price." Won't even face me. Anyway, this is not the case. This is a newer guy at this place that has been dry for weeks, months. So dry that I didn't even really go over there very often anymore. But this guy seemed like he really wanted to make some deals. So the last time I was there, so I thought, all right, let's try it again. And I think we're going to be going there weekly now. It looks like they're in a good place right now. So the pickings are hot. And basically what happened was I went in, and the first thing I saw was in the cabinet behind glass, they had a 3DS XL which is the latest, most high-tech model of 3DS out there. I'm always curious what games are on these things because people download games on them and then they gotta sell them. And if you don't, and if they're still on there, that's free games in addition to the hardware. But what I did see, even before the guy pulled it out for me, was I saw the 3DS actually had a game in it. So my first inclination was, can we get that game? So I go to the guy at the counter, and he's like, hey, man. I said, hey, I was wondering about that 3DS. We go to the cabinet. He opens it up. He looks at the 3DS. He's like, you get a free... oh, look, there's a game in there. You get a free game. I said, oh, yeah. I try to power the thing up. There's no power. And I said, I'm not sure I'd want to pay for this because there's no power, but how about the game? And I pull out the game, and we were pretty lucky. I said, how about the game? Can I buy the game? He says, yeah. I'm like, how much? He's like, $1. I'm like, that's great. Because the game we had in there was Hyrule Warrior Legends. A game we did not have. Been on the lookout for. If you don't know where Hyrule is, well, that's where Link and Zelda are from The Legend of Link. And if you don't know what Hyrule Warriors is, well, Hyrule Warriors is basically a combination between Legend of Zelda and the Dynasty Warriors series. The game itself is made by Koei, who's been making this feudal Japanese, historically based hack and slash game for decades. There are dozens, maybe not dozens, but certainly double digits worth of Dynasty Warrior games out there. And someone had the brilliant idea at Nintendo to get together with Koei to make this Legend of Zelda game. So it's basically your Link or a number of other personages from the Legend of Zelda universe, and you're just taking out wave after wave of baddies. Very action-oriented, but it's got a lot of Nintendo love to it, a lot of fan service, if you will. And it's certainly worth a lot more than $1. So, if the 3DS games were $1, I wondered, what were the games on the floor? And so, I went to the rack, which was stocked. And I said, what's the story? What are we doing on prices over here? And he says, the PS2 games are 50 cents. And the 360, the PS4 games and Xbox One games are like 15, which is standard. And he's like, but the PS3 and the Xbox 360 games, those are all $1. $1. $1 for PlayStation 3 games. So, we had a field day. Let's get started. When you're talking $1, I'm going to buy more than the ones we don't have. I'm going to buy trade-in. And that's what we're doing here. So you're going to see a lot of doubles here. Far Cry 3. Resident Evil 6. Fallout 3 Game of the Year Edition. Got the manual, it's complete. Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Remix. I believe this has Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, and Kingdom Hearts, this is really a title, Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. 3 games in one there. SSX. Didn't have that one. I was kind of excited to grab that one. Turok. We already had this. Alien, Birds, Star Wars. Soul Calibur 5. I wonder if there's any... I think Enzo's in this. Yeah, there's an Assassin's Creed character on the back here. I believe that's Enzo. They always like to put an interesting cameo into these Soul Caliburs these days. Jeez, I've been doing it for 15 years. Now, before I went to the floor, I forgot about this thing. After I got the 3D, after we worked out the price on the 3DS game, and before I went to the floor, the guy says, hey, you got any interest in a Polaroid camera by Fuji? And of course in my head I'm thinking, absolutely not. I don't even take pictures with my phone. Why would I want this thing? He's like, if you want it, it's $1. Pay no, there was a price tag on there. It said clearance $19. I said, pay no attention to the price tag. If you want it, it's only $1. Now, why was this important to grab? Why was this important to spend $1 on? Because you want to always try, if you can, to meet these guys halfway. Now, if I said I'm not willing to spend $1 on your clearance, that's going to make him less likely to hook me up in the future. All right? I think what was going on here was he had a whole clearance rack of like tools and stuff that had just been in the pawn shop forever. And if he was able to sell anything on there, no matter the price, on paper, when his, regional manager comes around for audits, that's one more clearance item we were able to get off the floor. So this was really a political move, getting this thing. It was political for me because I want to be in this guy's good graces. I want those prices to stay where they're at. And it was a political move for him because I think he's going to look a little better in the management's eyes, again, on paper. And what did we have to do? We only had to give him $1. I don't know what this thing's worth. I don't really care. You see, it's interesting that it's Fuji. Fujifilm, and he says it's a Polaroid camera. Strange. I don't even know when this was made. I don't know. I think this opens up in the back. Where? Who knows? I couldn't even guess what the situation is on this thing. But again, it wasn't about what it was. It was about greasing the wheels for $1. Okay? Let's continue on with the games. What do we got here? Aragon's Quest. Didn't have it. We've got this one. Aliens, Colonial Marines. That's going to go on the chopping block. I don't know if we had this, but for 50 cents, I grabbed it. It's Slugfest Loaded by Midway. I think, did we just get this? Yeah, just recently we got Slugfest for the GameCube. It's basically high-octane NBA Jam baseball. It was among all the other PS2 games that were like picked over, and I just thought it's a nice clean copy. 50 cents, why not? Terminator Salvation. Don't think we had that. This is interesting. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Limited edition. Limited edition. I don't know what's so special. Hot Pursuit is like, what, did they remake the series? Hot Pursuit was like on PS1. Guys running out of ideas? And then a vanilla copy of Skyrim. Let's see if the map's in here. No, just the manual. It's always nice to find that Skyrim map. Alright. Doing pretty good. So it's all $1. Clearly these had not been picked through. Fallout Vanilla. This is actually Fallout Game of the Year edition. We got a second Game of the Year edition. But yesterday I was making a trade. Needed a little more trade bait. So I pulled this out. I happen to still have the booty in my car. So I pulled out a Fallout Game of the Year edition and gave that up to bring me over the top for the trade and I was making. So I just threw my vanilla copy in here just to keep us in line with how many we actually got. But I as far as I knew, I had the Game of the Year edition. I don't. That's because the Game of the Year edition is basically broken. The vanilla one's the one to get. So not going to go into why it's just broken. Trust me. Actual sports game. PlayStation 3 with the blue label. That means this is a really, really, really late release. if it's that blue label. And you'll notice this is a collection. We have a lot of these collections: God of War collection, Ratchet and Clank collection, Sly Cooper collection. These are all great. Infamous, but I never knew this existed. A sports collection. For $1, I was hot to get it. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. Sadly, though, it only has the one disc, and that's a real shame because you can see this is a specific disc made for this collection. That gold bar there tells you. So while this isn't worth much, it may be worth a little bit more down the line as collecting for the PS3 increases. All right, another bag. Another bag. That's right. That's that many. We had this many come out of this. Okay, so is this the third one we got? Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition? I think it's 3. Yeah. Manual. Games here. Fallout New Vegas. Another copy of Resident Evil 6. Copy of Resident Evil 5 vanilla version. Resident Evil 6 again. I'm ringing this up. The guy's like, "Whoa, you're really into Resident Evil." I'm like, and I gotta admit, I white lied. I white lied on this guy. I said, "Oh well, this is a good deal you're giving me. So hey, I'll pass some video games around to some friends." That's not where these are going. These are going right to a store that has some Super Nintendo games I want. That's where it's going. Now, some guys may tell the clerk that. Some people probably are looking at me like, why lie, bro? But I don't think the lying wasn't part of the negotiations. It wasn't like I was putting something over on him to get something cheaper. What I do with these isn't necessarily his business. And I just feel like if I say, oh yeah, half of these I'm going to flip, that makes him scratch his head and think, well, gee, maybe we should charge a little more for these. And I don't ever want to give anybody that idea. Saints Row the Third, and a second copy of Saints Row the Third. All these are in pretty decent shape. Most of them have their manuals. Pretty good stuff. All right, we got one more handful here, and then we're done. A loose copy of Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. He seemed really impressed by that one. I don't really care. Probably my favorite RPG of last generation. I'm saying that. I'm saying that more than Skyrim. Kingdoms of Olimar, The Reckoning. What a great game, and a game we will never see again. Got lost in licensing limbo. Rise of the Argonauts. Didn't have this one. Looks kind of cool. Who made this? Codemasters. This is a really early title, I know that. Okay. G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. Not sure how that is. I don't know anything about this one. No manual. Two Worlds. Two Worlds 2. Great game. I'm kind of wanting to get like a few people together. This is a really cheap game. Even at GameStop, this is going to cost you like $3 to $5. I really want to get like a few people together and play the online campaign for this. It's like an 8-player online campaign, and it's basically like Elder Scrolls. It's a lot more linear than that, but it's that third-person perspective. Very free leveling and class-based, and you can trade items with each other. I played it all the way through with Mary. Me and Mary played this one all the way through, and a few other online buddies. I'd love to resurrect this one and share it with you guys. We're gonna do a voyage on it, but honestly, I'd like to do like a full-on campaign with it. Gran Turismo 5, the XL edition, and then finally another copy of Fallout Vegas. Okay, so that's a lot of games. Oh boy. That's a lot of games. All right, we were doing $1 each, right? $1 each. I believe there's about 30 of these, give or take. And then, of course, an extra $1 for Hyrule Warriors. And then another $1 for the Fuji. Okay? This came out to around $32. I think it was coming out to around 30 bucks. And then that's when the guy said, well, you got quite a few of these, so tell you what, why don't I just take about 20% off of this? And that way you can get all the games for 80 cents each. So that's what he did. 80 cents each. And where do I think that came from? The Fuji camera. Greasing the wheels, my friends. Greasing the wheels. Always try and meet them halfway if you can. Even if it means a little more money out of your pocket. Not a lot. A little bit. Alright? So there we go. Good stuff. A lot of this is going to be traded away. Toot Sweet. I've been scouting out one particular store. And they definitely are lush right now. So now's the time to strike. So we're going to do a big old store-shattering power dump on them tomorrow and get some serious credit. And they happen to be having 50% additional credit to everything you trade in. So I think we're going to be in pretty good waters come tomorrow. All right. Who's up for a little more wrestling? In Galactic Ultimate Wrestling, we're sitting outside of the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's hot. It's not sticky, though. It's a dry heat. And I gotta tell you, I can't wait to get back out there and maybe play a little Hold'em. I know not to play blackjack in Vegas. I learned that. So I'll probably find a table, maybe get a drink or two, play a few hands before we have to make our way back to Indianapolis. All right, let's get started again with Galactic Wrestling Ultimate Muscle for the PlayStation 2. I believe it's on GameCube as well. I don't know about Xbox. Might be on original Xbox. All right, give me that high octane music again. Can I get some headphones, please? I wish I could transform my hat into the headphones. That would save so much time. All right. Oh. The starting guy is Buffalo Man. All right, we'll go random completely here. Hopefully we get some good picks. I might end up amending, but we'll see. All right, so random.
Sosumi.
Oh, we already did Sosumi. Give me another one. Warsman. Okay. Does this thing random itself? Oh, it does. I already did Checkmate. Oh man, Manitoba. From the Great White North. I love it. Okay, King Muscle. That I believe that's like the title guy for Muscle. This was basically the guy that everybody had back in the 80s when they had Muscle figures. So we'll definitely keep him. No, we already did Sunshine. Give me another one. No, we already did Brock and Jr. Beetle Bomb. All right. No, I almost want to put Ramen Man in there. Can I make yeah, I'm gonna put him in. Sorry.
Ramen Man.
I can't say no to ramen. It's too delicious. All right, and then we'll change teams. We'll put King Muscle on the other side, and we'll take Ramen Man. So Warsman and Ramen Man. All right. I feel like I'm fighting with Mega Man robots.
Boy, Doc, the crowd's going completely crazy here at Arena Mountain. And I don't blame them. This next clash could quite possibly be the contest of the year.
I can hardly wait for the bell. In fact, I can't. I need something.
Oh, I've got
to throw at it,
spikes.
would ya? I'm gonna try and ring it from here.
King Muscle. And
Manitoban. They look very similar. Oh. Oh. Oh, of course I had to fight the title guy. Come here, you. Oh, no. Oh, leave me alone. Ah! Oh, man. Jeez. Anybody else notice there's spikes around the arena? Yeah! Just wait till I get the claws out, pal. Ooh, that one goes out to Angry Hoosier. Little submission action. Yeah, have a seat.
Will he be able to execute that extreme technique? Will this be a special move? Let's see.
Oh!
Will he be able to execute that extreme technique?
I want to execute that extreme technique.
They're entangled.
Oh.
Will this be a special move?
Let's see. Oh!
Alright, I think I'm going to do it.
Looks
Nope.
like they're tangled up together. What will happen next?
I'm not sure what he's going for next.
I'm not sure. Would you let your kids watch this if this was on Fox? Can you imagine? When was this on? Like 10 years ago, maybe?
Now that's nice ground technique.
Box in the box, baby. Some of you probably remember it. Oh, Ramen Man's in.
Power is at peak.
Canadian Tomahawk.
Get it off.
He got him. He's just
Why do I have a Tic Tac for a head?
Completely relaxed. Canadian.
Boom! Oh!
Get it off.
he got him.
Woo! I like this guy.
Execute that extreme
Come here, you.
He's just not letting him
Oh
go.
no!
Completely relaxed.
Oh!
Wow.
He's just not letting him
Leave me
go.
alone. There's a lot of white on red going on here. Man, I sure wish I knew how to throw this guy out of the ring.
Power is at peak capacity. He's just not letting him
This
go.
is this the best Canada can do? Come on.
He's just not letting him go.
Completely relaxed. Wow.
Oh!
Now that's
Oh! Look at that!
There's no moment of relief.
Is that the thing Ric Flair does? The figure four leg lock?
Oh, the ultimate move.
Alright, I'm gonna start jamming.
Now that's nice ground technique.
Ooh. These
Will
guys.
he be able to execute that ultimate megaton punch?
Nice. Wow, Ramen Man is awesome. I almost said he was the S word.
Extreme technique.
What, my buddy can't come in? Yeah, come here, War Man.
Time to switch. Looks like they're tangled up together.
I want to break
What
this,
will happen
pull this guy's claws out.
Not sure what he's
Oh,
going for
no, no.
next.
He got him.
I don't think War Man talks. I think he
He's
just
been beaten
growls.
into a state of shock. He got
I'm
him.
really, really trying to get
Will
this
he be able to
special
execute?
move off.
Will this be a special move?
Whoa! Oh!
Will he be able to execute that extreme technique? Looks like they're
Oh,
tangled
man.
up together. What will happen next? He's just not letting him go.
No, it's not one of those.
Will he be able to execute
Oh!
that extreme
Oh,
technique?
there's so many crotches on camera right now. Nothing but butts and crotches.
Completely
I
relaxed.
guess that's the nature of the sport, huh?
Oh,
Oh.
he glides into
Oh,
Will this be a special move?
whoa! You missed. Yeah! They're entangled.
I'm not sure what he's going for next. Let's go.
Oh man,
Will
I
he
could
be
watch
able
this
to
all day.
execute that extreme technique?
Hey, hey. Oh, tried to do a little air action there. No! Hey, get off me! Oh, ow!
Not again. They're entangled.
Uh-oh. Funny thing about that power-up in the arena thing, they actually had a Nintendo muscle game, which was terrible.
Not again.
But I remember power-ups coming into the ring. Oh, no.
He got him.
That's a double tag team move. I'm trying to do that. Oh.
Double German suplex hold. Is it
Ow.
going to happen?
Oh, it's gonna happen.
He got him.
Come here, you.
There's no time to rest.
Ramen Man's on the case.
Talk about brutal.
No more toying with these guys.
He got him. There's no time to rest.
Oh.
No moment of relief.
He's just not letting him go.
Completely relaxed.
Come on.
Will he be able to execute that extreme technique? Oh, the ultimate move.
Boom!
Oh my, he just called on the power of ultimate
Uh-oh.
muscle. Oh, and he flies into the rope.
Oh, I killed his buddy.
Oh,
Yeah!
be a special move. Now that's nice ground technique. Will he be able to execute that extreme
No,
technique?
I need to do that. Not you.
Power is at peak capacity. Oh, they're entangled.
I'm pinning him.
Perfectly
Woo.
scored, too.
1.
What?
He got him.
Pin, you fool. Count it out.
1, 2,
Oh, we got it.
3. Pinfall.
Woo! Man, oh man, that's Woo! I am literally sweating from
And
that.
it's all over with. Wow.
Thanks,
What a
guys.
mind-blowing match. What a backbreaker bout. What a wonderful win.
I imagine victory never tasted so sweet. Of course, I have to imagine because I haven't won
And I can
anything
only
since my
imagine.
7th grade hula hoop contest, and that was 3rd place.
I can only imagine the other characters that are unlockable for that. There's got to be a pirate, right? All right, so there you go. That was Ultimate Muscle for the PlayStation 2. Let's look at it one more time here. Galactic Wrestling. Pretty exciting game. I mean, you know, you can get it online, but this isn't exactly one you're going to find in a GameStop or even a retro store. To be frank, you know, this one isn't around that often, but it's good, clean fun, and it's 4-player. Actually, good for 4-player with the multi-tap. How about that? Or PlayStation 3, that's backward compatible. That'd be pretty good. So yeah, there you go. All right. Let's get a question here. We have one in the wings from our good friend Angry Hoosier. He left one for us. Let's go see what it says. I gotta go off camera here to grab it. Just give me a second here. All right. The question from Hoosier is, Captain, do you like things like the Game Genie, or is it unethical gaming to you? The Game Genie. Do I have a problem with the Game Genie? Well, when the Game Genie was out, it was a different time. You were basically just playing with your neighborhood. There was no online. There was certainly no competitive or speed running. Man, we take these games really seriously, don't we? Whew. You ever watch these games done quick? I mean, there's a lot of speedrunners on Twitch. I can't understand it. It's fine. I don't have any problem with it. And it is interesting to see some of the techniques these guys come up with to get through games. But it just, man, it seems like work to me. That is, I don't think I'll ever get into speedrunning. That just seems like a lot of stress and a lot of work. And in the case of the Game Genie, that thing was made in a time where you're spending $50 on a game like Road Blasters, you know, a game from the arcade that was initially designed for, like, you know, 3 minutes of play, you know, trying to get you off the machine. There were a lot of games like that on the NES, you know, Gyrus, Galaga, you know, whatever. And some of them were larger experiences, like Rygar or Legend of Zelda. But, you know, you're spending a lot of money on these games, somewhere between $20 to $50 for Nintendo games. And SNES, Super Nintendo, even more so. Some Super Nintendo games cost like $80. I think Final Fantasy III clocked in like $70, $80. Maybe even the last version of Street Fighter. I think Super Street Fighter might have gone for that much, which is crazy. So, in that time where there wasn't any world records to worry about, in that time where there wasn't anybody on the other end, out there on the internet connecting to your game, expecting you to play a legitimate game, it was all just you and the Game Genie, and it really lengthened and extended the enjoyment of these earlier games. I remember the real thing that it got me excited about Game Genie was there was a code for Street Fighter 2 that if you had a Game Genie and you punched it in, everybody could then do their special moves in midair. So now all of a sudden Ryu can throw air fireballs, and all of a sudden, Chun-Li can do like a wall jump and then do the air kick, the 100 kick move, lightning kick move, whatever she does. It was like having a new version of Street Fighter. So that really excited me. I think there was another one where everyone could wall jump like Chun-Li, so Blanca could wall jump. There was no animation for it though, so you just see him in standing motion jump off the wall. It was pretty cheesy, but yeah, I have no problem with Game Genie. Enjoy it as much as you can. I think it was a very gutsy move for Galoob to make, and I think it extended and helped the value of a lot of these older games for kids who were putting their lawnmower, their lawn mowing money into getting these things. So I think it was good. I don't think ethics should really play into it. This is video games. Maybe when you're talking games done quick, where there's thousands of dollars of charity money on the line, or a tournament where there's money on the line. Sure, I get that, fighting game tournaments. But if it's just you and a pal, and you're at home, and you've got some games that have been socked away in your closet, and there happens to be a Game Genie there, by all means, fool around with it. It's only going to make your Nintendo experience a little more exciting. All right, we'll leave it there. Hoosier, thank you very much for the question. If you have a question for the Gaming Galleon, please feel free to write it to gaminggalleon@gmail.com, or just write it in the mess hall in the chat here. During a production, I usually copy and paste anything that I see and look over it later. So there you have it. All right, I think we're done here in Las Vegas. I think we're done here at the Metro Golden Mayer Grand Garden Arena for now. But I want to thank you for joining us. I want to thank you for busting some heads with me. I had a good time doing this. And we're going to get some drinks, get some dinner here, maybe turn a card or two, and then head back to Indianapolis to reset, regroup, rest, and get the ship ready for next week's voyage. So until then, my friends, stay dry, stay safe, and try your best to stay happy. We'll see you next time. Bow wow and adieu to ye Spanish maidens. Bow wow and adieu, ye ladies of Spain, for we received orders for to take over Vegas, and we may never see ye fair ladies again. I'll tell you what, I'm going to dip in the pool. That's what I'm going to do. When's the last time you've been in a pool? Woo-hoo. Dip in the pool. Try not to lose my shirt at the table. Poker table. Keep your powder dry, mateys.